Hey guys, it's Carl Brown from GL365.com. Today we're going to continue our look at I Remember You by Skid Row. So now I've already done the intro part, the acoustic parts pretty much to the song. And now we're going to take a look at the solo, and I'll finish the song up in a few days just with all the heavy rhythm parts as well. So now the solo is really cool. It's one of my favorite of that whole 80s era. So we're in standard tuning here. We're now going to start here with this first phrase. Alright, so that's just a slide from like the 15th fret on low E. And then you're going to do kind of this same lick going up the scale. So you're going to play the open A and hammer on 2, pull back off. So it's like a 3-note pattern. You pull back off to the open string and did the same thing here at 5, hammer on 7, pull back off to 5 on the A string. Same thing on the D. Then scoot up 2 frets, the 7th fret, and do it between 7 and 9. And then over just between 7 and 9 on the G string. And then you finally make it to that top note, which is the 8th fret on the B string. Let that ring. And then you do a hammer 7 to 8. Then bend up the 8th fret, and then you pull off 8 to 7, come back to the 8. Alright, this next looks pretty cool. Sounds like this. Alright, so that's going to be a hammer 7 to 8 again on the B string. And now you're just going to hold this note, and we do like this little, call it pedal point. So now you're going to basically let this keep ringing. Now you're going to bring the palm mute in here. So lay your palm slightly on the strings back here near the bridge. And you're going to pick the 9th fret on the G with a downstroke. And then grab that 8th fret on the B string with the upstroke. Now we're going to keep doing that, but change the bottom note each time, but keep coming back to this top note. So we have this, so we have down, up, and now the next note on the bottom is going to be the 7th fret on the G. Back to that 8th fret on the B. And then 10 on the D. And then 9 and 7. So we have this. So after the last time I hit that 8, you hit the open G, and then you grab a pinch harmonic there at the 7th fret on the G string, and just let that kind of slide down. And then we have a pretty scary lick here. It sounds like this. Alright, so we get to do some overhand stuff there. It's pretty cool. So we're going to do a big stretch here. 3 on the low E, 5 on the A string to 7 on the D. Then slide that 7 up to 9, and then play 5 on the D string. Then slide 7 to 9 on the G string, over to 8 on the B. Then you're going to grab the 10th fret on the high E, and then slide it to 15. So we have this. Now as you're sliding to that 15, he holds that 15. He comes and grabs the strings. Just hold the strings with your, like your middle finger across the strings behind the notes that you're playing. And you get this 15 ringing out, and then he does this. So you basically just pull off to the 12th fret, hammer on the 15 on the B, pull off to 12, hammer on 14 on the G, and pull off 12. One more time. Alright, then you're going to come back. Alright, so that's a bend here at the 14th fret on the G string. with a slight pinch harmonic on it again. Then release that bend, pull off to 12, and then do it again, pull off 14 to 12. Then you're gonna play 12 on the A and 12 on the D, muted. Then a 15th fret bend on the B string, and then release that, and then hit that note with a pinch harmonic. Then you hit the open G with a slight pinch harmonic on it, and then do a kind of a bar dive there. So if you know the song, I'm sure you know what's going on there. All right, now I'm gonna go up to the 17th fret on the high string. That's the whole step bend, release, and then play 15, pull off to 17 to 15, and back to the 17. Then we have this. All right, so this one's kind of all over the place little lick. So we have so you're gonna slide bend, release, pull off to 12, over to 14 on the D, and pick the 14 on the G a couple times. Pull off to 12, back to 14 on the D, and back to 12. Then play 14 to 12, pull off on the D string, then slide 14 to 12 on the A, pull off to 10, over to 12 on the low E, and then back to the A string, pull off 10 to 12 to 10. So there's a lot of notes there. Let me just play through it slow. So basically what you really want to do is kind of do this. You're kind of doing this lick repeatedly. And just taking it across that scale. Kind of not really an exact science for that lick. All right, and then we're gonna then conclude the solo like this. All right, so that is sliding into a half step bend at the 11th fret on the G string, and then pick it, release that, and then do a hammer, like 9, hammer 11, pull back to 9, and then slide to 4. Then after you slid that 4, pick 4 again, and hammer 5, to 7 on the D, go back to 4 on the G, over to 5 on the D. So this. And then bend that up a whole step. And then play 4 on the G, 5 on the D, with some kind of slight pinch harmonic on it. And then we're basically going to end it with kind of raking across the strings into this 12th fret on the G, then 7, and then 4th fret. And now when he plays the 4th fret, he's got a pinch harmonic on the note. So it's a slight bend, half step bend, and pick it again, and then a couple bar dives, and then kind of a longer bar dive at the very end. Now there is a quick little solo at the very end of the song. It's really quick, so let me just show it to you real quick. All right, so a little bit of bar action there at the end. Now this opening lick is going to be a pull off 15 to 12 on the high E string. Then you're going to pick 15, 12 on the B, so it's down up. And then pick 14, and pull off to 12. So you want to pick a downstroke, pull, down, up, down, pull. So you want to hear that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. From there, a little bend at the 14th fret, whole step, pull up to 12, and then hammer 11 and 12, back to 11, and then that's sliding into 12 on the D, over 11 on the G, back to that 12 on the D, over to 12 on the G, back to 12 on the D, over 11 on the G, and then when you pick 12 on the D again, slide it up to 14. Then you hit the low E open, and when you do that, you can start depressing the bar, grab a C major chord down here, and release the bar. So, all right, and then it goes down to that acoustic part. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.